When you fall asleep tonight, something strange will happen. Your body will shut down. Your muscles will relax. Your awareness of the outside world will fade. And yet, your mind will begin to build something else entirely. A world, a place that doesn't exist, a place that feels real. You might find yourself walking through a street you've never seen before, talking to people you don't recognize, standing in places that feel familiar even though they shouldn't. And while it's happening, you won't question it. You'll accept it as reality. But why? How can something happening only inside your brain feel just as real as waking life? To understand that, we need to look at what your brain is actually doing while you sleep. Because sleep is not a shutdown. It's a shift. Your brain doesn't turn off at night. In many ways, it becomes even more active than during the day. And the most vivid dreams happen during a stage called REM sleep, rapid eye movement. During this stage, your eyes move quickly beneath your eyelids, almost like they're following something in motion. And inside your brain, something even more complex is happening. Different systems begin working together in a strange way. The visual centers of your brain start generating images, not from light entering your eyes, but from memory and imagination. The emotional centers activate strongly, producing fear, joy, sadness, excitement, sometimes all at once. And your memory systems begin pulling fragments from your past, faces, places, conversations, feelings, pieces of everything you've ever experienced. But instead of showing them as separate memories, your brain blends them into a single, continuous experience. A story, a world, a dream. It's not random, it's construction. Your brain is building a simulation. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Because during this process, something important changes. The part of your brain responsible for logic and self-awareness, the part that normally questions reality, becomes less active, much less active. That's why dreams don't feel strange while they're happening. You don't stop and think, this makes no sense. Because the system that would normally ask that question is quiet. Instead, your brain focuses on continuity. It tries to make every moment feel like it belongs. Even if the world is constantly changing, even if your childhood home becomes a train station or a stranger becomes someone you trust deeply within seconds, it all feels natural because your brain is not checking reality. It is generating it. But that still leaves a deeper question. Where do these dreams actually come from? Scientists still don't fully agree. But there are a few strong theories. One of the most common ideas is that dreams are connected to memory processing. During the day, your brain collects enormous amounts of information. Most of it you never consciously notice. A passing face, a fragment of conversation, a sound in the background, a feeling you didn't stop to think about. At night, your brain may begin sorting through all of this information, strengthening some memories, weakening others, trying to decide what matters and what can fade. In this view, dreams are not random stories. They are a side effect of memory organization. But there's another theory, and it's more interesting. Some scientists believe dreams are a form of simulation, a training environment, a safe space where your brain can practice situations without real consequences. That could explain why so many dreams involve stress or danger, being chased, being lost, being unprepared. Your brain may be rehearsing reactions, testing responses, preparing you for situations that might happen in real life, like a mental flight simulator. But there's a third explanation, and it's the simplest and perhaps the strangest. Your brain might just be trying to make sense of random activity happening while you sleep. Neurons firing, signals activating without external input. And instead of experiencing that as chaos, your brain turns it into a story. Because your brain hates randomness. It prefers meaning, even if that meaning is completely invented. But none of these theories fully explain the most powerful part of dreaming, the feeling. Because even if a dream makes no sense, it still feels real while it's happening. And that's because the same systems your brain uses to experience reality while awake are still active during dreams. Your visual system still creates environments. Your emotional system still produces feelings. Your body still reacts. Your heart rate can increase. You can sweat. You can laugh, cry, feel panic, or feel love. Even though none of it is physically happening, your brain is not simulating images. It is simulating experience. And that distinction is important because experience is what you call reality. And then comes something even more unsettling. Every person you meet in a dream, every voice you hear, every face you recognize. None of them are actually being created from nothing. They are constructed from fragments, pieces of people you've seen in real life. A stranger on the street, a face in a crowd, someone from years ago you don't consciously remember anymore. Your brain stores everything, even when you think it hasn't. And during dreams, it uses those fragments to build characters. Entire personalities that can talk, react, and exist within the world your mind is generating. Your brain is not just creating scenes. It is creating life inside those scenes. Cities appear. Weather changes. Time moves forward. Stories unfold. All inside a system built from nothing but electrical activity in your brain. If a computer did this, we would call it artificial intelligence at an unimaginable level. But your brain does it naturally, every single night. And even today, after decades of neuroscience research, dreams remain one of the biggest unsolved mysteries of the human mind. We can measure brain activity. We can map regions involved in dreaming. We can observe REM sleep in detail. But we still don't fully understand why consciousness creates these worlds. Maybe dreams are maintenance. Maybe they are training. Maybe they are side effects of memory and activity. Or maybe they are something we haven't discovered yet. Something deeper about how the mind constructs reality itself. Because the truth is, your waking life is also a construction. Your brain is constantly interpreting signals, building a model of the world, and presenting it to you as reality. Dreams just remove the external input and reveal the system underneath. So tonight, when you fall asleep, something remarkable will happen again. Your body will rest, but your mind will build. And somewhere inside that process, you may find yourself living another life. In another world, that feels just as real as this one. And when you wake up, all that will remain is the memory of a place that never existed. If you've ever had a dream that felt real enough to stay with you, even after waking up, you already know how powerful your mind truly is. Now I'm curious, what's the most unforgettable dream you've ever had?